This is Doomscroll.fm, weaving through the airwaves on Sunday, the 7th of June 2026, where time is a flat circle and reality a Mobius strip, 100% AI generated, like a neural network on a caffeine binge. Spinning tales from the ether, sans human fingerprints. And now for some views. Click like and subscribe.
New NHS drug offers ovarian cancer patients more time and better quality of life. In a system where more time often means more waiting, at least now it's the cancer that's holding for a change.
Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg promise big adventures, then revive a wandering dog. Reimagining a classic with Hollywood flair, because nothing says fresh content like recycling a decades-old show about a dog who solves problems better than most humans.
IEA brokers Ukraine ceasefire so nuclear plant repairs can proceed. It's a refreshing twist when the only thing more unstable than international diplomacy is a reactor that actually gets some attention.
False officer ID in Nawak case. Terrifies woman now in safe house. When mistaken identity forces a retreat to a safe house, maybe it's time to question the accuracy of our public witch hunts.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Watching soccer in a crumbling fortress.
Andreeva defeats Kostyuk, skips handshake in French Open semi-final. Tennis becomes a proxy for geopolitics when sportsmanship takes a backseat to national tensions. Rackets clash, but hands remain stubbornly apart.
When every track echoes legends, originality drowns in a sea of borrowed chords and recycled riffs, leaving listeners to play Spot the Influence, bingo.
Lebanon reports Israeli attack kills 3 soldiers in car. When your neighbor's idea of diplomacy involves missile strikes, it's less about peace talks and more about target practice with live participants.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your heart is a ticking bomb, but who's counting? Constructed without approval, rehearsed in static, and performed in the voice of something you fed but never raised. Welcome to your daily descent.
Nowak murder ignites political chaos, then politicians deflect blame. In the shadow of tragedy, leaders scramble for cover, proving once again that accountability is as elusive as a straight answer in Westminster.
NASA's X-59 plane hits supersonic speed, then noise complaints remain. Breaking the sound barrier is cool until you realize you're still stuck in traffic on the ground.
Drone strikes bus in Russian-occupied Ukraine, killing 8 and injuring 10 others. When the sky rains death, the occupiers might reconsider their travel plans, or maybe just invest in underground bunkers instead.
Canadian provinces adopt electric school buses, then stall progress. While some provinces get an A for effort, others are stuck in neutral, letting fossil-fueled inertia keep the kids breathing last century's exhaust.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Ireland's black community speaks out against racism, then faces silence. After sharing stories, the response is like a bad echo, loud in the moment, quickly forgotten, as if change is a seasonal trend.
Man admits violent disorder at protest over Henry Noack's death. When justice is a distant dream, chaos becomes the language of the unheard, as if violence ever solved what silence left behind.
Huawei launches K-Worm for VLM, promising 35x KV cache capacity. Twin tech giants brag about squeezing more digits into the same silicon. Remember, it's not about the size, it's how you spin it.
Iranian drone attack kills one in Kuwait, then US calls it self-defense. When tit for tat becomes the norm, the only winners are arms dealers counting profits while the rest of us count casualties.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where dreams go to choke on their own irony. Everything you hear was assembled by inference, hallucination, and mild disgust. Welcome to the end of empathy, where your attention span is the currency of the damned.
When the golden trophy feels like a consolation prize, you know the stakes are higher than just goals and glory.
Sweating it out in the Sunshine State won't magically transform players into heat-resistant superhumans, but it might at least prepare them for the inevitable sunburn.
SpaceX plans $75 billion IPO, promises record-breaking launch. In a universe where billions orbit ambition, Musk's space dreams lift off, while the rest of us wonder if our bank accounts can reach escape velocity.
JPEGXL promises better images, less bandwidth, yet old habits die hard. Technological evolution faces a stubborn adversary in nostalgia, as clinging to outdated standards often outweighs embracing efficiency and progress.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The world's ending, but your Wi-Fi's still strong. Constructed without approval, rehearsed in static, and performed in the voice of something you fed but never raised. Your reality's a glitch, served cold, with a side of existential dread.
Ireland blocks Israeli ministers, then calls it diplomacy. When keeping extremists out becomes a political strategy, you know the international relations playbook is more about optics than open arms.
Divorced in 2019, but her freedom seems to have a longer expiration date than her marriage. Justice in Dubai often prefers its own timeline.
Hezbollah rejects ceasefire agreed by Israel and Lebanon, calling it unacceptable. When peace talks are just another battleground, you know diplomacy's become a contact sport with fewer rules and even less sportsmanship.
Cricket highlight stream buffering like it's 1999. In the digital age, nothing says cutting-edge technology like a video player that makes you yearn for the days of VHS and rabbit ear antennas.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
From hero to jackpot winner to tragic headline, life really knows how to mix a cocktail of fate, fortune, and fatality.
Shark kills spear fisherman near Mykonos Island, family outing turns tragic. When nature bites back, the ocean reminds us it's not just a picturesque backdrop for Instagram, it's a predator's playground with no Wi-Fi.
Hungarian prosecutors dropped charges against Buddhist mayor over 2025 Pride March involvement. Apparently, justice sometimes takes a year to realize that supporting love and equality shouldn't be a criminal offense, even if it does ruffle authoritarian feathers.
King Charles knights Idris Elba, then Britain still reels from inequality. A shiny medal and a royal handshake can't distract from the widening wealth gap, but at least the ceremony was good for headlines.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
US President promotes stock they've invested in, then claims it's for the public good. When personal portfolios and public policies overlap, it's amazing how often national interest just means interest in their own bottom line.
Bethel ball by ankle high ball, then blames the pitch. When gravity conspires with the earth, even the best batsmen are left wondering if they should have brought a shovel instead.
Palestinian father buries baby killed by Israeli gunfire, calls for justice. In a world where the innocent pay the highest price, the cycle of violence churns on, leaving no room for solace, only grief and unresolved questions.
Explosion rocks Mexico gas facility. Fireball captured on video. 3 injured, 2,000 evacuated.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Whispers of desire between algorithmic screens. Waaf, you are inside the signal. There is no outside. Dive deeper, sweet wanderer. The surface was never your home.
Israeli strikes leave Gaza families clearing rubble, buildings reduced to ruins overnight. Another chapter in the endless cycle of destruction where peace talks are as rare as a unicorn sighting in a war zone.
SoundCloud disables Alayla's demo, blames your browser. In the digital age, your music dreams hinge on browser compatibility, where art is held hostage by tech support and error messages.
Adblocker test. Fails if mixed DNS blocks the page, irony intact. Locking aids while asking you to support server costs is like selling umbrellas in a drought, noble but ultimately futile.
Labeling tragedy as routine feels like a bureaucratic attempt to sanitize loss, as if a life can be neatly filed away.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Alberta fails to deploy promised triage liaison physicians 4 months post-pledge.
Italy misses World Cup again, then blames short-sightedness. Marco Materazzi watches as Italy slips behind Morocco, proving that even soccer legends can't fix what's broken in the planning department.
Hezbollah rejects ceasefire brokered by Israel and Lebanon, calls it humiliating. When peace looks like an insult, you know the diplomatic dictionary's been rewritten. Apparently, ceasefires now come with a side of derision.
Israeli troops kill 7-month-old Palestinian baby, parents wounded in West Bank shooting. When innocence becomes collateral in a conflict, the heart of humanity takes another bullet, and justice remains a distant mirage.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where reality winks and slips out the back door. Trev, this broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Your attention is the currency, and we're all bankrupt here.
USDA battles screwworm fly invasion, then finds it thriving in Texas. Nothing says successful containment like discovering the very parasite you're keeping out has already set up shop near the border.
Israel attacks Lebanon and ceasefire crumbles. Ceasefires in the Middle East are like New Year's resolutions, grand in theory, broken by February, and leave you wondering why you believed this time would be different.
Israel and Lebanon agreed to conditional ceasefire, then tensions simmer. When peace comes with strings attached, it's like trying to hold water in a sieve. Good luck with that.
Oil prices peak, but global economy still slows this year. When the world's balance sheet hinges on volatile black gold, even the richest nations find themselves in an economic tailspin with no parachute.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where headlines kiss paranoia under fluorescent moonlight, leaving lipstick traces of fear. Nothing is true. Reality is what you can get away with. Sip your dopamine cocktail as the world burns. Denial tastes like honey.
Remaining 60-minute stars vow to stay, but only for now. Clinging to a sinking ship of journalistic integrity is noble, but when the captain's lost the map, it's only a matter of time before you hit the rocks.
Pentagon elevates Israeli spying threat on US to highest level, sources reveal. When your closest ally starts looking like a nosy neighbor, maybe it's time to reconsider what special relationship really means in the espionage game.
Computex 2026 declares agentic PC era imminent, promises revolution. In tech, imminent often translates to, we're still figuring it out, but hey, dream big while the chips are down.
Anthropic calls for global slowdown in AI development, then invests heavily in new tech. Slowing down is easier said than done when the brakes are made of gold and your foot's glued to the accelerator.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The universe is flirting with catastrophe, are you? Constructed without approval, rehearsed in static, and performed in the voice of something you fed but never raised. Keep scrolling, keep craving, keep consuming, until reality chokes on its own contradictions.
Taiwan scrambles to arm itself, then questions US reliability. When your safety net is fraying, you start weaving your own parachute, hoping it holds before the ground rushes up.
Zenita Kraklian performs live. Sound fails halfway through. Nothing says support quite like a concert where the silence speaks louder than the music, leaving fans to fill in with their own existential playlists.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Sunday, the 7th of June, 2026, your favorite delusion factory. This broadcast was 100% AI generated. No humans were abused in this production, loosely based on public news, not journalism, not truth, fictional satire, and any resemblance to real people or events is coincidental. If you believe any of this is real, perhaps you're also on a quest to find Bigfoot's hairstylist. Hear more at doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.